2020 vision. It's a vision that will actually change the face of Gugulethu.
Since '94, we have gained what is called our constitutional and political freedom. But since then, up until the present today, we see that conditions on the ground has not really changed much. We still have the same infrastructure surrounding the area. And therefore we have embarked on this 2020 Re-Urban Revitalization Program, meaning that we want to change the current conditions and upgrade the area into what would be formally then recognized as a suburb of Cape Town.
Our process is a process of transforming, not putting up bricks, but transforming the society, making sure the society, they're actually taking ownership on this development.
The project directive seeks to redirect the imbalances of the past.
The project started as early as 1990 when FAO bought up the property here, which was owned by Premier Foods. I actually worked with the former Deputy President Phumzile Mlambo. The aim was, in fact, bring the headquarters of the union close to its constituents. This piece of land is actually 1.5 hectare and accommodate about 3 projects. One, the residential, 2-song service center, which accommodate the government and the industrial park. And we also putting in place a memory center named after the person who actually founded the organization in the early 40s, Ray Alexander Simon.
Giving back the dignity to people through a memory center like what we are going to be establishing here, the Ray Alexander Memory Center, is part of that healing process. Through memory, through allowing people to talk about their past, but in the same way, allowing them to also begin to say that we cannot just sit back and not participate in this freedom that our parents and many of our people have fought for, but we need to now grasp that and see how do we make that become a reality for us as young people and for the future generations. The current facility that we're sitting in here today is going to be where we will be having those 21st century access conference centers, business and data centers that would be able to drive this kind of development throughout the entire area.
We're actually trying to change the lives of people in this particular area, Gugulethu and surroundings, which means 10-kilometer radius from here at FAO will be actually restructuring and revitalized.
It's not only Gugulethu centric, it will also be part of pulling together and enhancing areas like Manenberg, Heideveld, Gugulethu, Bonteheuwel, Langa, which is where we find and experience this huge poverty and unemployment belt, because it's here that the masses of working class people stay. 1/3 of the whole of Cape Town is residing around this 10-kilometer, and 50% of the unemployed is also situated in this area. So it's a critical area. It's an area that needs to be addressed for the better future of Cape Town and also of the South Africa as a whole. Change the culture of the society into a new culture after freedom, that people have to take ownership of their life and also advance their lives. And also create a process where the investors will actually feel free to come and invest. We actually want to make sure the areas are conducive
for investment.
This project, through its 2020 vision, seeks to build these partnerships with government, with the private sector, as well as the communities, most importantly the communities. The way we are wanting to approach that is not by sitting back and expecting handouts. Government must come and give handouts to our people. What we need to do is we need to develop projects, we need to develop infrastructure, and as I said, we must access government around the opportunities. Our view is that government is an enabler. They enable the opportunities. They must be partnerships in creating this environment.
We need to develop our economic spin-offs around these heritage centers for people to benefit, not to actually have monuments just sitting there, people passing and taking photos, but we actually need to create spin-offs.
This project must be the catalyst to regain that energy we had in the 80s, where we came together, we sat down and we used it as a center to mobilize around the issues of the day.
Gugulethu will be actually amongst the world-class developed areas. That's the future. That's the 2020 vision.